All right, everybody, welcome into our Wednesday live call, weekly live call. Dan, happy to be here. We're talking about building marketing lists today.
Guys, excited to be back here for another Wednesday webinar. Pulling a couple things up here. Excited to get to this topic. What's the purpose of today, Ron? What are we running through?
I think it's new and experience, Dan. People building lists of good land. I think that's one of the biggest things is people are building lists and it's just not quality land that they're getting. I think that's one of the biggest things, especially just from an efficiency standpoint, Dan, building quality marketing lists.
Yeah, so essentially it takes your marketing dollars further. Essentially, some things we can talk about are like delinquent list, multiple owners run. I'm thinking like people who own lots of different properties. There's so many things that you can do with building a list to get your marketing money and get it essentially further. And when we first started this business, it was so much of a shotgun approach. We didn't have a lot of these tools and resources, and we didn't use a lot of the things that we use today.
Yep. As you guys are coming in, let's put in the chat. Put in the chat what your land investing experience is. How long have you been either doing this business or how long have you been researching this business? There's a wide range of people. I just want to know your experience level. Put in the chat your land investing experience level, maybe where you're from as well. But let's put that in the chat, guys. Appreciate everybody being here tonight. We'll get started, or this afternoon, evening. We'll get started here in a few minutes. In the chat, put your land investing, your land flipping experience level. Today's topic sounds great. Yep. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Excited to be here.
If you guys have questions you want to get in the chat while we're waiting, put them in, but we're excited to get started. Stephanie just started. Victoria Novice started with residential, Neverland Adonis. I've seen your name around Adonis. Flipped a small lot for double what I got it for. Looking to do more. Love it, Ryan. Kay, how you doing? 9 months. Feels like you've been doing this for 9 years. Never done it.
That's crazy. It's been 9 months, Kay. I would think a lot. Yeah, you've come a long, long way in 9 months. You're rolling now. Welcome, Mike.
Tanner, new member. Sydney, beginner. And for those of you who are just popping in here, appreciate everybody being in here tonight. Put in the chat, what is your land investing, your land flipping experience level? Some people obviously are you beginner stage. Have you done been watching some podcasts, haven't taken the action? Really want to see the experience level of the group here today as we get started. Where can you get our first deal? Real estate, but not land. So many people, Dan, you hear that from and it's cool to see people coming over. And it's like there's some people who are just stuck in houses and they refuse to, like, houses are bad, whatever. But like the people who are coming over and doing so well, it's really cool to see.
Absolutely. Lots of beginners in here, some intermediate. Mike's been here 8 years. That's the longest. Anyone been in the business longer than 8 years? It's a long time.
Would this work for realtors? I'm going to star that. Mark, I'll get to that question. Mike M from San Diego. Thanks for these streams, Rondon. No experience, no problem. Do you have to use title? I'm going to save that question as well. Terry, we'll get to these questions. As you guys are coming in, just thank you guys for being here. We try to provide as much value in these 30 minutes as possible, and that's to the whole group. These recordings are on there as well. But as you guys are coming in, put your experience level for land flipping, land investing in the chat. We will get started here in a minute.
Absolutely. Excited to be back here. Lots of comments going in. Got a big group of people in here. I think this is going to be a good topic, is building marketing list. And all things filtering list, property records, all of that. Any questions you guys have, put in the chat. We'll get to all of them as well. But we're going to try to provide, like Ron said, as much value as possible on this topic today. So many different things you can do with building a list. So many different creative ways to build lists.
That's what we're going to do, Dan. I'm going to get a piece of paper. We'll do this. All my paper's written on. Hold on one second. So what we're going to do, guys, I'm going to get a piece of paper. I'm going to put a number 1 through 100 on here. I almost said it out loud. Don't. I'm gonna put a number 1 through 100 on here. What I want you guys to do, guess a number 1 through 100. Whoever is the closest, Dan, we're gonna build the list for them. We'll send them the list. They'll get all the free data. So put a number 1 through 100. As we go through this today, we are gonna build out a marketing list for you guys. I'll email it to you guys after. Number 1 through 100 in the chat. Whoever is closest, we will send this whole list, Dan. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Whoever's closest, 1 to 100, throw a number in the chat.
We'll give it, I'm gonna give it 2 minutes. I'm gonna give it 120 seconds. 2 minutes. All these numbers in here. I will try. Let's see if anyone gets exact. I'm just gonna stop it if someone gets exact. I almost said it out loud, and then I changed the number though.
Wow, look at all these numbers coming in. We are going to give 1 to 100. If you guys are just joining, I saw we got a big influx. Get a number, guess a number.
I have someone within 1 so far. Someone within 1.
We'll do up to 3,000 records.
Oh, never mind. I have an exact. That's 30. Can you see 31 or is it backwards? It's not 13.
13, but
it's
yeah,
31. It's 31. So we have Outside is the name. There's Outside. Are you subscribed? But we'll make this list. We'll get it to you. What's your name, Outside? Appreciate everybody getting. I can't believe there's a lot of. I guess we have 133 people in here, Dan. So someone was going to get
a lot of numbers.
It's a 31, not 13. There, we're going to build a list for Outside today. Let me share my screen. We're going to get started. People are still putting in.
Congrats on hitting the exact. That's crazy.
Maybe we'll do a second one in a little bit.
Let us know your name, Outside, so we can get this list to you.
Yeah, send an email, support@landinvestingonline.com. We'll get it to you.
Another 31.
All right, we got a ton of people in here, guys. As you guys appreciate everybody going through that. Dan, can you see all right here? Can't see us.
Susan Scissor. Is that how you say it? Scissor?
Susan, we're going to get you the list. Let's build it. Should we do, let me go. All right, Dan. So we're on the land portal here, guys. Make sure you guys, if you guys don't already have an account, we have a free 7-day free trial in the description below. This is where we build our list, Dan. Let's talk a little bit about, because there's so many new people on here, and sometimes we go like straight to like, okay, this is advanced, and like talk to people like Kay directly or people who have been doing this business for 8 years. Let's start like, what does this software do, Dan, from just a very remedial standpoint?
It's for a lot of analyzing land, so you can look at individual properties, look at all the details on individual properties. So some due diligence, some just investigating things, and then it's primarily for building list and skip tracing. So getting mailing addresses for all the landowners, so you can market to them. Essentially, getting mailing addresses, phone numbers, all of that, so you can market to them. But it's about it's all things property records. So we have the nationwide database for it, and a lot of AI data in here. But it's for building list, and that's the topic today. So it works out.
And when we talk about building list, and let's say for beginner, intermediate, whatever, like, are we trying to get it? For today's standpoint, are we trying to get it really kind of narrow that list down, or are we trying to go broader? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
A little bit of both, and somewhere in the middle.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
Caesar.
Yeah, shoot me if you're in Discord. I forget Susan already. I think it was Susan. If you're in Discord, shoot me a message in Discord. I'll get this to you after. What location we're going to go to, Dan? What state? Let's choose a good area that we feel good about.
Let's see. Do you have a county, Susan? If you have a county and you want us to do it in somewhere specific, let us know. If not, we'll choose one for you.
There are 200 people in here, guys. As you guys come in, if you guys have any questions, we're going to go through building a marketing list, a really, really high quality marketing list in this video. Yeah, Susan will give you a minute to pronounce. I'm going to give it a minute, Dan. Yeah, so what we're going to do, we're building a list. This software, the land portal, there's free trial in the description. What this does is we're going to try to get a very targeted list for land. And that's one of the biggest things. When people are doing this business, a lot of people just send it out to so many different spots where they have poor quality data. So you're sending to bad land, bad ownership, whatever it is. So that's what we're going to really work on here. I'm going to give Susan a minute to see if there's a location. If anybody else wants to put a location in there as well, feel free to. Or we can build a list for Susan, but I'm going to get some questions here real fast, Dan, as we're waiting, because I know I had some that were pinned. Mark Phillips asked, would this work for realtors? 100%. We have a high percentage.
Kay's we were talking about Kay. Kay's a realtor, right?
Oh, I didn't even know that. I have no clue.
I could be completely wrong. I thought
a lot of realtors are doing this business. I think there's an advantage. Terry asked question, do you have to use title company in the county on the land, or can I use a title company close to the seller? As long as it just matters where some title companies will work statewide and you can go close to the seller. You just got to find one that works in the county that does work in the county. They have to do title searches on it. All right, let's get rolling here, guys. I'm going to walk through. I don't know if she put a location on here. Brazoria County, Texas. Let's do it. All right, so what we're going to do here, I just want to see what this county is first, where it is.
You can type it on there too, Ron.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's a good point. Let's see where it is. Brazoria County. All right, Brazoria County, Texas. Let me get this question off the screen, hide this message. Looks like this one, right?
Coastal. Yeah.
Okay, so we are coastal. So we're going to have some wet. So why I wanted to see exactly where this county is before we start building this list is I want to see like what issues we're going to have on this county. And when I say issues, like, okay, are we going to have slope? If you're in the Northeast, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, all those areas, we might have to deal with some slopes. So we got to think about that as we're filtering. This is not going to be that issue here. So what we're going to do first, we're going to go to filter search. And this is how we are building the list essentially, Dan. What acres you want to do? And I'm thinking, Susan, what's your experience level? But what I'm going to do here is let's go Texas. And
this is pretty rural. It's not rural, but it looks like it gets rural fast. This is one county south of a major city, Houston. So keep that in mind as well.
Sharif, there is a free 7-day trial in the description to the land portal, landportal.com/subscriptions.
And as we're targeting this county, guys, this is kind of a separate topic, but since this is just south of a major city, you're going to have to price out when you're offering and negotiating with people. The north is going to be much, much more expensive, closer, especially near the highway, closer to Houston than the south of there. It gets pretty rural fast down the bottom half.
I'm not going to go too big on acreages on this. Like we want to get a high quality list here. I'm going to go vacant lots, then I'm going to go 1.5. Let me type into Zillow. I just want to see kind of what the prices look like, Dan, as we go through this.
And also, yeah, that's a good point to add the wetlands filter. Let's see, because it's coastal and there's lots of lakes and stuff. It's going to be pretty wet, I'd imagine. And that's why we'll talk about that.
Yep. So let's go. Let me just see real fast. So what I'm going to do here, we're on land. Let's go 2 to 10. That's fine. Let's just see what like 10 acres is selling for here. And again, like Dan said, this is very important, guys. When you guys are doing these different areas, you want to think like, okay, up here near Pearland, it's going to be much more expensive than down, I think, down here, which is much, much more rural. You're a lot closer to Houston. Obviously, you're closer to the coast here. Yeah, that's going to be much more expensive. I'm assuming this is okay. It's not that expensive in an area. So 10 acres for 70 grand. So let's go 2 to 20, Dan, is what I'm thinking on the acreage. And this matters your goals. All of this honestly matters your goals, Dan. What we're going to filter here with this marketing list though, is get rid of bad land. That's like one of the main things that I want to do. So we're going to go 2 to 20 acres. I hit vacant lots here. MLS listings, exclude active listings. So we don't want anything that's actively for sale. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to hit apply here before we do any other filters. And we're going to see how many properties we get here, Susan. So as we're scrolling down here, all we have right now on filters, 2 to 20 acres, vacant land, 2 to 20, right? 2 to 20 acres, vacant land, and no active listings. So we have 8,000 records here. We don't really want to deal with 8,000 records. I want to build this list down, Dan, very, very targeted, almost down to like 1,200. I might drop the acreage, but for now, let's keep it as is.
Yeah. So the next thing you might want to do, Ron, is go to the sold filter, MLS sold, and maybe just do, I don't want anything sold in the last year, 12 months or 24 months at the top by the for sale one. Yeah.
Where am I looking?
By the for sale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exclude sold listings in the last, let's go 36 months. Okay.
Right.
Let's see what this does. It's not going to do a ton,
it's not gonna do much, but
a lot of people.
A couple hundred maybe.
Oh, yeah, 400. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of properties.
Now you're not going to have anything sold on the MLS in the last 3 years on your list.
Now I'm going to do maximum FEMA and maximum wetlands coverage. So what this is saying, like, I do not want properties. So if I put 60% in here, that means I do not want properties that have over 60% wetlands or FEMA on there. I'm going to go much lower on this. I'm going to say maximum like 30 for both.
Do one at a time so we see the difference.
Cool. Let's do FEMA first. We'll do FEMA 30 max.
So we're at 7,600 records now. Let's see what that takes it down to. It's coastal. See that? Just by saying you don't want more than 30%. So what that does, I don't want more than 30% of any land that I send that I'm marketing to in this list to have over 30% in a wetlands is what we're saying. That alone narrowed it down, what, around 3,000?
That was FEMA, and that narrowed it. That dropped our list 3,400 properties, and that's what we're talking about when we're building a big list, a targeted list, a good marketing list. Like, we want to get rid of bad land. Let's get rid of all the floodplain land, which is what we did there. Now we're going to put in wetlands. So we're at 4229 right now. Let's hit apply. I think this is going to take it off another 1,000. Nope, 400.
It's because most of them overlap.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we're down to 3,800. I still want to keep beating this list down, though, Dan, to be honest with you. So we have some options. So one we definitely need to check is landlocked. And that essentially means the property has road frontage. It is not landlocked. So if you say landlocked, yes, that means there's going to be no road frontage. We're going to say landlocked, no. We want the property to have road frontage. So we do not want a landlocked property. All right, so that dropped it another, what did we drop? Another 1,200?
Yeah, that's a lot. So just that alone, you're going to save 1,200 records from not landlocked.
Yep. Yeah, Michael said skip wetlands completely. Yeah, that's why we're doing max 30%. So the property can be 70% dry, and like that's our max, is having worst case scenario, we have 70% of the property dry. So we've beat this list down quite a bit from 8,000 records. And that's what a couple years ago, Dan, even 12 months ago, none of these filters were available anywhere. And you were just sending mail, you're sending text to these bad properties. That's the nice thing about what you can do now, is you can get such a targeted list. And some people are doing the opposite, and they're going for different types of land. There's people who are going after landlocked properties. We're not going to do that here, obviously.
Yeah, and if we're in sloped areas, instead of doing the wetlands, which we probably would still do, it wouldn't be as important. We do buildability, though, because we would want, this is very flat. You can see it from the map. It's hard to tell, but this is coastal and flat. So we don't need to worry about the buildability. All of this is going to be very, very flat. But if this was a sloped area, that would be probably one of the top filters I use.
Google why look at 500. I'll do that after Michael. All right. So we're at 2,600 records, Dan. So we have some options here. So we could do no corporate owned. We can take out words. Like if you want to exclude, like let's say you want to exclude church. It's not going to do anything crazy, but it's going to do something.
You got to hit enter on it, Ron.
Oh, sorry. Church, hit enter, and then hit apply. 2664. It's not going to take it much. It took it down 14, but you can enter as many words. I am historically bad at spelling cemetery, and that's another time I did it. Cemetery's own land, obviously. So that took it down.
If you didn't want it to be a business, you would also do corporate owned. A lot of people use the corporate owned. We have a good list here of 2,600. Ron, hit corporate owned. No, let's see what that list affects.
Can you copy and paste words, Dan, here, Dan?
Yeah, you can, as long as there's a comma.
Okay. Okay, that took it down to 1,300, Dan. So now we're only targeting people, essentially.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that for this list, because I like to buy from LOCs and companies. It happens a lot. I wouldn't do that for this list, but a lot of people do use it, so I wanted to throw it out there.
Out of county, out of state, I'm kind of interested in, honestly. If we're trying to get a really targeted list for Susan, I don't mind out of county. I'm not saying it's something.
So that means they're going to live in a different county that is not Brazoria County, Texas.
Oh, out of county, yes. Wait, what? Out of county.
That's just going to put it right back.
Yeah, we'll keep that as is. Anything else we could put a buildability fit, but it's so flat, Dan, like you're saying, like I wouldn't be all too concerned. What are your thoughts on this list?
I like it. I think 2,600 is a really good number to really mass market and get some deals.
All right. So what we can do here, and I'm going to, so this is showing on map. I just want to go through real fast, make sure, see how our land looks.
So as you see, there's no yellow pins, which is sold pins on the MLS, and there's no green pins, which would be for sale pins in the MLS. So you won't see any of those. All these are going to be gray because they're all off-market, non-MLS deals in the last 36 months.
Yep. And the coolest thing, guys, is what we did. And as we go through the land, like you're going to see the quality of every piece of land and how good it is. We could obviously filter this down more, but every property we have is going to have road frontage. If we turn on wetlands overlays, floodplain overlays, we're not going to be targeting these properties that are wet, or at least more than 30% wet. How about minimum road frontage? That's actually a good point here, Dan.
That would be the next one I would do. Like if you really want a better list, and you see a lot of these have road frontage that we're looking at from the map.
Just do minimum 100.
Yeah, if you do 100, I think that might narrow it down a few hundred. Yeah, a couple hundred.
I like that, Mike. Good idea. But yeah, we went through them. They're really, really solid. So what we can do from here and what you guys can do on the land portal, it depends what trial you're on. But what we're going to do here, I'm going to export Brazoria, Texas. You can name it. I don't know why that's not. Okay, there. That's weird, Dan. We did not, Deshaun, we did not do any filters for slope on this one just because it's a flat area. I'm not really worried about that. It's not going to be an issue. All right. We are going to remove duplicates here. That took it down another 900, Dan.
Wow.
And we're going to also, I'm going to keep empty mailing addresses in case you are, should we skip trace this for Susan? Susan, how do you mark it?
Skip trace it. Skip trace it.
That's going to take time though. If we want separate.
You can download it now though.
Okay. All right. So Susan, we're going to get you a list. This is going to have phone numbers on it. It's going to have up to 6 phone numbers on it as well. And this is what we're getting now, guys. So now we're getting a list of very targeted properties for Susan. Obviously she just wanted to guess the number exactly correct. We're getting phone numbers on here as well. I'm going to hit confirm and it's going to start. You did no exclusion for dump site. You can always filter things down more. I don't know how dump site as far as what we would end up doing there. But what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go to order history in the top left. Because I actually want to walk through we don't do it much, Dan, actually going through the Excel. I think doing it more will be helpful. You said I can see it here, Dan?
You could maybe do it on the first page. It had a download. I don't know if it had that or they took that off, but we might be toast now. If you want to pull it separately, Ron, just run the same list. Or just...
So it's skip tracing right now. That's why it's not ready for download. If you don't skip trace, it's going to be ready immediately. Let's just get this list built one more time. And I'll try. I think I remember everything.
And if I was doing this, Susan, or anyone else in this, I would before you export anything, save your filters or save the list as well, so you can do everything from. There's a save list on the left side. If you see on the left side of the screen under filtered search, list view, and then saved search, save your searches so all the data stays in there and you can work it off of there as well.
See, that might be right. I might have forgot something. I think I forgot to. Oh, that's right.
No, that's good.
I put words in here.
Now just hit export.
Who said something? Someone said something that we didn't do. 100 feet.
All right. Dump site, but yeah, just click export there.
Let's just get the list because I want to walk through and let's remove duplicates on here. I want to walk through the data on here. It's a little higher. I don't know. There's one thing maybe. That's fine. I'll get you the full list, Susan, though, the previous list that has phone numbers. I'm not going to do skip trace again because that's what takes time. It takes probably, I don't know how long that's going to take. It's going to take probably 30 minutes to get the 1,500 phone numbers. Yeah, don't over filter. I think that's really important. Don't over filter. Deshaun said he end up with 370.
It's a bigger county though. With we started with 8,000, Ron, with excluding what's it called? Wait, we're waiting on that. Yeah. Refresh the page maybe in the top left. We're at 15% there.
Oh, that was cemetery and church, but there's something else because I don't know.
It's weird because we got the same number though, didn't we?
Mm-mm.
Oh, we didn't get the same number. We'll get Susan the original one though.
Does it cost additional save? Okay, here we go. All right, we are going to download Excel.
No, it doesn't cost additional. I'd save all your lists.
Just give me a second as I get this up. All right.
Get your questions in there, guys, as we're building this out for Susan. Susan guessed the right number. We're going to send her the skip trace file of the filter down list in Brazoria County, Texas. It's going to be a really good list to go off of, Susan.
All right, so what I'm going to do here, so this is what the export data looks like. And it can be overwhelming for a lot of people, Dan, completely. But we want to provide you guys with as much data because so many different people are doing different things. But what we're going to do here, I'm just going to kind of color code things so it's a little easier for me to see. And I'm going to walk through these as we go. So obviously we have a lot of information here. Property ID, parcel number, acreage, all this stuff, name, contact information. We'll have up to, I guess, 2 owners' names. Is that correct, Dan?
For what?
I'll get to that question, Mike.
2 owners' names? Yeah, there's
2 owners' names.
Correct.
Full address. So if you're mailing, full address is on here. City, state, all these different things. The cool thing about what you have here, so there's some things that I will show you guys. So one thing that we have unique is every single property has a unique hyperlink. And this is something that's great for putting it into your CRM. So if I go into a new incognito browser and I'm not logged into the land portal, I don't know where that went. And I'm not logged into Land Portal. So this is not a browser that's logged into Land Portal. The cool thing about these unique hyperlinks is you can view these, you can send these to realtors. You can do so many different things with these. So you can actually see the property, and these are all unique IDs.
But if you're logged in, it'll pull it up as you're logged in as well.
Correct.
So if you're in your CRM, you put all these in your CRM with the data, everything else, and every single property is going to have a unique URL. So you can click it, boom, it pulls it up on the Land Portal.
Exactly. But as we scroll down here, we're going to have all these different data points. And a lot of this is like our AI data points that are built into the software. So the slope average, how much of it is buildable is very important data there for sure. Elevation, all these different things. We're going to have the floodplain data on here. Some of the stuff I struggle to find here. Oh, here it is. Wetlands, floodplain. You can see nothing's going to be over 30% in floodplain because we capped it at, or wetlands because we capped it there. Anything else on here, Dan, as we are going through here? Is there anything we filter out as we're going through here?
No, because we do that on the front end, but all the data you filtered out is going to be on there. So all the wetlands, the buildability, the slope, all of the different data that we filter out is going to be on here. This is what how you can market. Now you have the mailing addresses and you have the phone numbers. What percentage are we at, Ron?
Oh, skip trace? Probably not very much. Let's see.
Click that up arrow. Oh. It was moving pretty quick.
Yeah, let's see. A lot going on. Don't think that's updated. There we go. 45%. We only have a few minutes. Probably won't get through that. But what it's doing right now, it's skip tracing through all of these, or it's skip tracing, and with skip tracing, essentially getting all the phone numbers. So if we're cold calling, if we have a texting service, anything like that, that will be in there. I want to get through some questions, Dan, because we do only have a couple minutes left, guys. But that's essentially how you build a list. We built a high quality list there, Dan, without getting rid of every property. Some people are like, I don't want any. Oh, you know what we didn't do there is the MLS stuff. That's why the list was different. Now that I thought about it. But some people filter their list too much, in my opinion, where they're losing deals because they're getting rid of so many owners that could potentially be sellers. But let's get through some questions here. Don't over filter, guys. That's a really, really big key. I'm going to star some of these so we can go through these. Let me unshare my screen. A lot of good questions on here. All right, cool. Let's go through the questions. All right, Mr. Mike Weiss, in your history of land deals, what do they have in common that can be filtered for? I mean, when we first started this business, we lost so many deals because landlocked property. Like, it was our choice why we lost deals. Sellers, like, some people try to filter out of county, and it does work. But that being said, probably 75% of our deals are to sell or are from sellers that live in the county, sometimes next door. But the main thing that we can filter out for is wetlands, slope, and road frontage, essentially. And that's what kills deals from our end, not from like the seller's motivation perspective.
Yeah, one thing we didn't touch on, we have a TLP estimate, which is the Land Portal estimate, which is an AI comp where we where we predict the price of the land. And soon you'll be able to filter out by that, which will be another good one. So you can filter out by the estimate price. And then also what a lot of people do in other industries like houses, they'll filter out by the estimate price, but then they'll also filter out. So maybe you don't want anything, maybe you want something that's $50,000 and up, but then you also filter out something with mortgages to make sure they have equity in it. So you can buy out the mortgage and give them money as well, because a lot of people with mortgages want to sell the land and get out of their payments, things like that. They can be really, really high quality. So you can filter out things like mortgages and through land valuation and work backwards from there as well.
Exactly. Really good question there. We're going to kind of fly through these next ones, guys. So what is price of getting these properties? It matters. You want to make, some people try to double close. Some people try to wholesale these properties. This is how we build like the list of quality properties, quality owners. As far as the price, how you're going to buy them, you can use the AI comp report, which is going to be on the export here soon. but the price just depends. You want to keep some margin in there, obviously. Do you guys know when the TLP estimate will be included with each property we skip trace? Dan can give you information on that.
It's going to be about, we're hoping Friday. So it's generating right now, Friday or this weekend.
Do you have an AI prompt we can use to scrub or clean the Excel list? It's probably something we could work on. It's probably not that difficult. I'll play around with that. I like that idea. What's the complete cost for skip tracing and pulling the list for someone on the lowest subscription plan? Something like that would be, if you're skip tracing, it'll probably be like $150, somewhere around that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on the lowest tier plan. But as you go up in the plans, like you get a lot cheaper data or free data even. Does it cost additional to save the marketing list? If you're just saving lists on the land portal, no, that doesn't cost anything additional. It's the charge comes when you export.
And there's a free trial in the description if you guys are interested.
Can you reverse wholesale with the larger tracks? I assume with reverse wholesale, you're talking about like finding the developers first, finding the buyers first. It doesn't work well with bigger acres because it's just random buyers. If you're closer to cities, yeah.
And there's not a lot of building where builders are. Like, we're not targeting areas like that for the most part in this business.
Yep. Does the monthly subscription include a certain amount of tokens? It does. The pro plan does. The other plans do not. How much do I need for closing costs and fees? That just depends. Oh, closing costs. It's going to be $1,000 is pretty normal for closing costs if you're getting title insurance, all these different things when you already have the property that you're going to buy. Yeah, we're going to have to end it there, guys. This is really, really good, Dan. Anything to add as we get off here? Like Dan said, if you guys haven't already, we have some really, really good content coming out soon. Hit the subscribe button. We come back every Wednesday for these type of videos to provide value to you guys.